Well, Big Brother is watching you and very soon scanning you. Not necessarily here in the United States at the moment, but yeah, as the world picks it up and the technology gets out there, more likely that the United States will pick it up eventually. But would you consent to this? Let's read this and find out. From CNN Business, London will use live facial recognition cameras to police the city. London's Metropolitan Police has announced a controversial plan to use live facial recognition technology to improve officers' ability to identify suspects and police in the British capital. Now, this next paragraph, I definitely see an issue with it, so I'll read it and then I'll tell you what I believe the issue is. The Met said in a statement Friday the technology will be deployed to places where data indicates people responsible for serious and violent crimes such as gun and knife attacks and child sexual exploitation are most likely to be located. That's important. Are most likely to be located. Clearly marked cameras will be focused on small, targeted areas to scan people's faces as they walk by, it added. So basically, the problem we're going to run into that is this. You're going to have these cameras in places. People who live in those places are going to say, well, what are you saying? That the people in this neighborhood are more likely to commit crime or these kinds of crime than other people? I mean, we know that's what people are going to say. I mean, that's just, it's going to be stereotyping. It's going to be racial profiling. We know for a fact that that's what people are going to say because that's what people have said about other things. Is it? Possibly. But you kind of run into this weird thing where, okay, the numbers say that this area right here has the highest crime, so that's where we want to concentrate our cameras and our police force. Then the people in that area say, well, but you're profiling. Yeah, but the crime is in that area, so what do you do? What do you do? You lose no matter which way you do it. If you don't focus your resources and your cameras and your police in that area, then you're neglecting the fact that that area is a high crime area. But then if you do, you're making the people there feel like they are targets, like they are being profiled. So that's the problem with that. So what do you do? Anyways, let's continue. As a modern police force, I believe that we have a duty to use new technologies to keep people safe in London, Assistant Commissioner Nick F. Graves said in a statement. We are using a tried and tested technology. Similar technology is already widely used across the UK in the private sector, he added. Yes, and India is getting ready to expand it because they want to be the largest facial recognition software consumer on the planet, evidently, but we'll get to that point here. The technology, which is made by Japanese company NEC, is a standalone system, not linked to any other imaging system, such as closed-circuit television, body-worn video, or automatic number plate recognition, the Met said. Yeah, but you could easily link all those things into one single. It's not going to be that difficult to link all those together. Good and bad, good and bad, good and bad. Everything has a good and a bad. Good. Well, it is possible that it could lower crime in two ways. One, if people know this technology is out there, perhaps individuals, or at least certain individuals, would be less apt to commit a crime in the first place. Secondly, if somebody does commit a crime, a major crime, a murder, a child sexual exploitation, attacks, whatnot, good chance that you're going to be able to catch them. So there's good and bad. Freedoms and privacy, well, that kind of goes out the way. It kind of does give the air of anywhere these cameras are that's a high crime area. Oh, well, there's that camera. Well, this must be a high crime area. Stigma, you know what I mean? But you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, you know what I mean? What do? You want to bring down crime, but you want to give the citizens their privacy and things like that? I don't know. How much security do you want and how much freedom do you want? Because they are mutually exclusive, believe it or not. If you want more freedom, you're going to have less security. If you want more security, you're going to have less freedom. That's just the way the world works. So it's all up to you. How much freedom do you want and how much security do you want? What is more important to you? That's the question. The decision follows an October investigation into live facial recognition technology by the UK's Information Commissioner's Office, which raised serious concerns over privacy and accuracy. Now, what if these cameras do find someone whose face is very similar to someone else's face who is wanted? and they spend all these resources and they go after this person who isn't the other person. All we need is just one case like that, one high-profile case like that, and these cameras will be under extreme scrutiny. But the future will be the judges. It flagged evidence that the technology discriminates against women and people of color, an issue that's been documented by federal researchers in the United States, where several cities have banned the use of technology. It discriminates against women and people of color. How does a facial recognition camera discriminate against women? I don't understand that. Maybe that will be an interesting research thing. Moving too quickly to deploy technologies that can be overly invasive in people's lawful daily lives risks damaging trust, not only in the technology, but in the fundamental model of policing by consent, Elizabeth Denham, the UK's Information Commissioner, said at the time. In the United States, some California cities, including San Francisco and Oakland, as well as Somerville, Massachusetts, have decided the risks of facial recognition technology outweigh the benefits and banned its use by city departments. India, on the other hand, has used the technology to find missing children and wants to build the world's largest facial recognition system. Well, it is definitely an expansion of Big Brother. The decision is just, I don't know. It does seem a bit invasive, but I do see the plus. I see the plus and the minus. It is invasive, but then also it could possibly lower crime, and when crime happens, it could possibly help catch the criminals. So, this is your tough decision. This is your tough job right here. Tell me, are you okay with it? Would you want facial recognition? Like I said, it's security versus freedom. How much freedom do you want? And how much security do you want? They are, in fact, mutually exclusive. So, let me know what you think. Would you want more security or would you want more freedom? More cameras, or are you willing to fight for your freedoms? Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys on the next one.